Hello friends, welcome to my channel called AG Maths, the way of life. Today my topic will be on CAT topic. Focus on CAT, that means the people or the scholars or the students who are preparing for writing the CAT exam, they need some mathematics. I'll talk about that. The first topic which I have taken is the ratio proportion. Now, to tell you something, before I start the topic, let me brief you about what is this. In the stream of this CAT, usually you encounter questions which are puzzle oriented. Hence, there will be a number of ways of obtaining the answer to such questions. As you have seen here, I have put four options, and then there may be some puzzle type of problems which I will discuss in due course. There is a scope for a number of shortcut techniques. What are the shortcuts? I have mentioned here. NRV is a rule of number, ratio and values. CFM, and CFM we call it as common factor of multiplication, scaling ratios, derived rules from region theory and calculation technique. There are so many different ways of shortcut doing the exam problem. And in the exam, in competition, you need to be very fast and you have to be accurate as well. So the weightage of this lecture is currently moderate, but this is important because it introduces you to as many as 3 shortcut tools. I will be introducing you through this type of lecture to 3 shortcut rules, and that can be used in ratio proportion questions, which are same techniques are going to be carried forward in all the forthcoming arithmetic lectures. The area of arithmetic constituting 32% of quantitative section in CAT exam. Please note it, those who don't know about it, that 32% of the questions in CAT quantitative section is only dealing with arithmetic. So don't neglect it. 32% is quite high a percentage. The area of arithmetic also constitute 50% in quantitative section in all other exams like SNAP or NMAT, etc. It is mandatory to attend arithmetic before any subsequent lectures from this stream. You have to learn arithmetic without fail. And how you will study? After attending the lecture, you will be required to go through some exercises prepared by me, and you can have an access to it by approaching my email address down below. Here under this video they will have a link where you can click and come to get those exercise questions, and in case you feel any difficulty, you cannot solve particular question from this set, then I'll provide you the hint. First of all, the hint only, and if even by getting the hint you cannot solve, then I will help you to solve the problem. This is how you have to prepare yourself for the CAT exam. Now here you see I have put down on the board a question. Question says the weight of a person is reduced as the cube root of the distance he covers daily. The distance is in kilometer. That you have to keep in mind. It is in kilometer. Distance is in kilometer. If after 5 days the weight has reduced from 75 kg to 55 kg uniformly, considering it is uniformly getting reduced, what is the total distance covered by him in 5 days? So to solve this problem, what I suggest, reduction of weight per day, let us take it as delta W. Delta W is the reduction in weight, and it is equal to what? distance cube root, distance raised to the power 1/3. Now, what is the reduction in weight? 75 to 55. So I write 75 minus 55. Delta means the rate. So rate reduction per day is how much? It has to be divided by 5 because it is done in 5 days. So now what it is equal to? What is D? D will come from here, it is 4. It is 20 by 5, no? It's 20 over 5, which is 4. And this I can write as 4 here. Now D to the power 1/3 is 4. So what is D? D will be cube root of 4 power 3. Cube of that. So it is 64. Fourth root of this 4 power of 3 power of 4 is 64. Now total distance covered, that is per day. The total distance is how much? Total distance is equal to 5 days and 64 per day. So it comes to 320 kilometers. And the option is here B. So fast you have done it. This is how we approach the problem in our CAT. So I'll discuss another one more problem with you. So let me put it down. Next problem says that the speed of a bus reduces. The speed of a bus reduces by quantity that is 3 times the number of people. That is 3 times number of people. Right. People sitting in the bus. Sitting in the bus. The speed of the bus without any person. The speed of the bus without any person is equal to 120 kmph. What it as person. If initially there are 20 persons, if initially there are 20 persons in the bus and at every stop 5 people get down. 5 people get down. What is the speed in kilometer per hour after the third stage? What is the speed after third stop? Now this is the question. And read again. The speed of a bus reduces by a quantity that is 3 times number of people sitting in the bus. The speed of the bus without any person is 120 km per hour. If initially there are 20 persons in the bus who are traveling and at every stop 5 people are getting down, then what is the speed after the third stop? So let the reduction on speed be delta s. Reduction in speed, I write delta s is equal to 3 times the number of people, or we write it as 3 into n. N is the number of people. Number of people in the bus initially are 20 and become 15 after first stop. So 10 after second stop and 5 after third stop. That is what is the meaning. Initially 20, after first stop 5 get down, so it becomes 15, and then after second stop more 5 get down, then before the third stop there were 10, and after third stop it will further come down. So let us take it. The original speed is 120 kmph. That is what is given here. Original speed of the bus is 120. So we can say that S is equal to S0 minus of what? Delta S, and delta S is 3 into n. So we can say after first stop S1, if the speed is after first stop, then it is 120 minus 3 into 5, or 3 into 20. 20 were the number of people traveling, no? So it is 120 minus 60 is 60 kmph. That is the speed after the first stop, right? Speed after third stop will be what? Suppose it is 3. S3 after third stop is 60 will get added to 3 times 5 and 3 stoppage. So this comes to 105 kmph. And out of the options, if they are there, you can take up the option. This is 105. So 105 is the right answer. So you have to work out so quickly. Okay, now one example I will tell you about CFM. What is CFM? How we solve a problem with common multiplying factor. Here I am writing the question very fast so that you can understand. A person has a certain number of chocolates. He gave 1/4 of the total to Ramesh. He gave 1/4 of total to Ramesh. One person. 1/3 of the remaining to Suresh. 1/3 of remaining to Suresh. Right. 1/3 remaining goes to Suresh. Half of the remaining to Taresh. Half of remaining to Taresh. Right. 2/3 of the remaining to Yogesh. 2/3 of remaining to Yogesh. And then 80% of the remaining to Viresh. Then 80% of remaining to Viresh. Now he has one chocolate remaining with him. finally one with him. Only one is left with him. How much he has given to Taresh? How much given to Taresh? That is the question. Right. For doing this question, what we do is we make some sort of table. Like this. Right. Initially we'll say, let us suppose he was having 4 chocolate because we have to find out 1/4. So we'll say he had 4. So what he has done, he gave to Ramesh. Ramesh is here. He gave 1/4 means one number of chocolate he has given to Ramesh. Then what is the remainder? The remainder first stage is 3 only. 4 he had, 1 he has given, so 3 was his remainder. So now it is 4 is 2 like this. Now from this remainder he has given 1/3 to Suresh. So from 3 he can definitely give to Suresh. How much he will give? 1/3 means he will give 1 to Suresh. So 3 is to 1. Now we will have a remainder after this stage which is called 2, and let us write it as 2 here, and let us say it is 1 and it is 3. Okay. Now after Suresh, what he did, half of the remaining to Taresh. Remaining is 2, so half I can easily do for Taresh, and Taresh will get 1 out of it. Very good. So Taresh got 1. What is the balance left with him? After the stage this, the balance left is 1. From 2, 1 given, 1 is remaining. Now, with this remainder, what he did, 2/3 of remaining to Yogesh. How he can make 2/3 from this remainder? He cannot break the chocolate now. He has to give it in whole numbers. So, to make it 2/3, I will convert this into assumption as 3. So, let the remainder be 3, and he will give out of this to Yogesh. Yogesh is here, and Yogesh is getting 2 chocolate as 2/3 of the remaining. Then what is the remaining with him? Now remainder is our 4 stage. He has got 1 only. Correct? I converted this remainder as suppose 3, and from this 3 he can give 2/3 of the remaining to Yogesh. Just 2/3. 2/3 of remaining to Yogesh he has given. So he got